dump, it was all a dream. Related to killers and dope fiends. Cousin was moving at 14. White things, but no porcelain. How could they sleep on this poor thing? What I foreseen was a short thing.
Laker fans, what's going on? Welcome into the Lakers Report. I am your host, Jimmy Crowther, and before I get into today's show, I want to shout out our guy, Uno Hype, for the new intro music. You can find his stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, or SoundCloud. Go check out his new single, Untitled. Our link for Uno Hype is in the description. Go check that out today. Now let's get into some news and rumors for our Los Angeles Lakers. Starting out with Rajon Rondo. Is he ever going to come back? Now, he was supposed to return from his injury against the Toronto Raptors. Obviously, that didn't happen. He's been dealing with some calf soreness. Obviously, he had the broken hand last year. I think he's still recovering from that, but hopefully he's all the way back. But now that he's, supposed to be cleared, you'd like to see him back in the rotation because last year he did put up okay numbers, 9.2 points per game, 8 assists, 5.3 rebounds, and he actually shot 35.9% from three, which is great from a point guard who is not known for his three-point shooting in Rajon Rondo. Now, of course, we know he didn't work that well with LeBron on the floor. He likes to have the ball in his hands. If he's off the ball, he's basically useless. But he is a good defensive guard. When it comes to, obviously, the defensive end, Rondo can play pretty well. But the Lakers are kind of getting stacked at this guard position so far this year. When you look at guys who can play the point guard position for the Lakers, I'm not really sure where Rondo fits back into the depth chart. We've got Avery Bradley there already at the point guard position. He's been having a pretty good year defensively. They like him offensively. Frank Vogel is putting him in the starting five. Quinn Cook, I'm still a big believer in him. I think his three-point shot is really going to be valuable to this team down the stretch. Obviously, Alex Caruso, everybody's favorite player on the Lakers right now, not named LeBron or AD. And then at the end of the depth chart at this point, it might be Rajon Rondo. So even if he and when he does come back, I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to get in this point guard rotation. And, we're talking about Alex Caruso because if there's anyone he's taking minutes from, it might be Caruso. Now, here's the numbers he's been putting up so far. The Bald Mamba, 4.1 points per game, 1.9 assists, and 1.9 rebounds. Also shooting 25% from three. But look, the thing about Caruso is he goes on the floor and he makes plays. And people enjoy watching him play. I think a lot of fans, actually I know a lot of fans, would rather see Caruso on the floor than Rajon Rondo at this point in both of their careers. So if I'm Vogel, and even when Rondo's back, yes, you like the veteran presence, but I'm going to be giving Alex Caruso the minutes over Rondo at this point in their careers because I want to see the younger guy develop. I want to see what he can become. We know what Rondo is. We know he can pass the ball well. Yeah, he's an okay three-point shooter, but I don't think you can rely on that. So I'm saying give Alex Caruso more minutes than Rondo at this point. But look, when he does come back, I think Rondo could find himself maybe starting a couple games, maybe being in the starting rotation. I think Bradley should still have that spot. But if Rondo wants to start, then on paper, this is a good lineup. Rondo, Danny Green, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and JaVale McGee. Now, I don't expect this to happen, but this is a lineup we could definitely see in the future, especially if guys like Bradley, Quinn Cook, and even Alex Caruso start to struggle. You bring in a veteran guy that you believe in Rajon Rondo and see what he can do alongside LeBron and Danny Green with those, three wings right there. But I got to ask the Laker fans, I gave you my opinion, who should be getting more minutes? Type R for Rondo, type C for Caruso. I would be spamming C right now because I'm all in on the Alex Caruso hype train. I do think he is a valuable player at the end of the bench. Obviously he's not going to be winning any Sixth Man of the Year awards, but when he comes in, he makes a real difference. Maybe it doesn't always show up in the box score, but his energy, his hustle, and of course his dunks get the crowd going. So I'm going to be typing C for Caruso. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to give you a minute to vote while I tell you about BetDSI. That is our ad partner here at Chat Sports. Look, if you're looking to bet on some Laker games and you're looking to make some real cold hard cash, you're going to want to use BetDSI. You go to this link, chatsports.com/bet, and then you put the promo code in for our Laker fans only, Lakers 120, and BetDSI is going to hook you guys up with a 120% deposit bonus. That means you put some money down, they're going to match it and add some money in for you on your first bet with BetDSI. So again, that link, chatsports.com/bet, and use our promo code Lakers 120. Now let's get into Kyle Kuzma. He's officially off his minutes restriction. Thank the good Lord, because look, it's been rough. When you're coming off an injury and you got a minutes restriction, you can't make a real impact. And Kuzma was definitely struggling from the field as he was returning from that stress reaction. Thank goodness he's back because he's a valuable piece in this Laker rotation. A Sixth Man of the Year candidate if he can keep up his consistency. Now, I haven't loved what I've seen from Kuzma so far. When you look at the numbers back last season, 2018-19, compared to this season, 2019-20, It's not pretty, but again, the minutes restriction hurts, and this is basically his preseason because the guy didn't get a preseason, so he's still getting warmed up this year. Last year, 19 points per game, 6 boards, 3 assists, 30% from 3 in 33 minutes. Now, this isn't the same Lakers team from last year by any means, but so far, here's what Kuzma's done in his limited time. 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but 13% from 3. Now, if you're on a minutes restriction or not, you should not be shooting 13% from 3. I think that's got to go way up, and I think it will now that he's off the restriction. You know, he played about 25 minutes in that Raptors game, and he played really well. In the back half, he finally got warmed up, and he was looking a lot better. I expect him to get 25-ish minutes per night, and I think that'll be really important for the Lakers going forward. And look, when it comes to crunch time, Kuzma should be in because I believe he is one of the 5 best players on this Lakers team, bar none. He might even be the 3rd best player on this team. You got LeBron, of course. He'll be running your point in crunch time. Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, go ahead and put him at the small forward. I think he makes sense there with AD at the 4 and Dwight Howard at the 5. Now, this depends pretty heavily on matchups. If you're going up against a team that, has a small ball 4 in, then yes, AD can play the 5, Kuzma's the 4, and you make the rotations however you want. But when you're looking for your 5 best players on the floor at the same time, I think this is probably the ideal lineup for the Lakers when it comes to crunch time. But I'm not Frank Vogel. I'm not making the calls. Now, I know y'all aren't Frank Vogel unless, hey, if Vogel's watching, shout out to you. But what is your ideal crunch time lineup for the Lakers this season? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, let me remind you what mine was. I had LeBron at the point, Danny Green at the 2, Kyle Kuzma at the 3, AD's playing the power forward slot next to Dwight Howard. I think that just makes a lot of sense. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And while you're doing that, go ahead and subscribe to youtube.com/LakersTV. That is our Lakers only YouTube channel here at Chat Sports. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers. We need y'all's help to get there. I know you're watching our videos. Just hit the big red button that says subscribe. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers here on the Lakers Report. Now let's get into one more little rumor that actually got me kind of excited. And this one's surrounding Dwight Howard. Now look, first of all, Dwight Howard is having an incredible year. Much comes to much surprise to me. I did not believe in him coming into the year. He's looking like a true backup center. Really, he almost looks like the starter. He deserves a starting role, but he's working in that backup role, so you might as well keep him there. But the rumor today is that Dwight Howard might be considering returning to the dunk contest once again. Now, back in his Orlando Magic days, he was just incredible. I mean, those dunk contests are one of my favorite early memories of basketball, is watching him put on the Superman cape, go into the telephone booth, and come out as Superman, and then going off with Nate Robinson. That was incredible. But TMZ straight up asked him, hey, you look good this year. Are you thinking about going back into the dunk contest? And he said, I feel good. My legs are feeling young again, but I'm more focused on an NBA championship. But he has been thinking about it, is what he says. And it's at least interesting. Now, I mentioned the resurgence that Dwight Howard is having this year. It's been really good. We've seen shades of his Orlando Magic days. He's averaging 6.1 points per game, 7.6 boards, 1.9 blocks, and 77% from the field. Now, that is key because when you're a big man, you shouldn't miss shots down low, and that's all the shots that Dwight Howard is taking. He's been really active on the glass. He's been great at getting offensive boards. He's been a true lob threat, and really, I think the most impressive thing and the best thing for the Lakers right now is his rim protection. Blocking 1.9 blocks per game. He has been up in the top 10 of blocks per game. I'm not sure where he sits as of right now, but it has been a good year for Dwight Howard. Now, he didn't look as good against the Raptors. He still went 3 of 3 from the field. He had 9 points and 6 boards, but he didn't block any shots. Now, every once in a while, Dwight Howard does get into foul trouble. That's definitely something to monitor with him throughout the year. But I like what I've seen from Dwight Howard, and heck, I'd love to see him back in the dunk contest. Now, the past 5 dunk contest winners, you don't see a lot of centers. You got Hamidou Diallo from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Donovan Mitchell from the Jazz, Glenn Robinson III randomly won it one year. That was probably one of the worst dunk contests of all time. And then Zach LaVine won it twice. Now, any dunk contest Zach LaVine is in, I am watching. But again, the thing with this list is there's not a lot of big men. Dwight Howard would be one of the first few big men to win it in quite a while. Now, if I had to choose my dream 5 guys to win the dunk contest or to compete in the dunk contest this year, this is the list that I came up with. I got Zach LaVine, number 1 from the Chicago Bulls. I mean, you got to have the 2-time winner in there. Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic. I mean, the best dunk contest I have ever watched was between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. I'd love to see a rematch of that. Then I got Derrick Jones Jr. from the Miami Heat. I mean, that guy can absolutely fly. I know he would put on a great show in the dunk contest. Of course, you got to put the reigning champ back in there, Hamidou Diallo. He's really, really fun to watch. And then I've got Zion Williamson. I want to see a rookie go into the dunk contest, and especially a rookie of Zion's caliber. That would be a lot of fun to watch. Now, there are 6 guys that compete in the dunk contest, so I guess my 6th would have to be Dwight Howard. Let's see him back for old time's sake. But I want to ask you guys, who do you want to see in this year's dunk competition? Let me know. All 6 guys, maybe each one do your top 5, top 3. I think Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon got to be locks for just about everyone. But everyone else kind of up for grabs. So let me know in the comment section below who you want to see in the dunk contest this year.